Hello. How are you? Hello, hello. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Emily. Let me see if I can chat in here. Let me just see if this works. Hello. Yay. I'm so excited. What does it say? Okay, there's 3 of us. Hi, everyone. Ooh, there's 8 of us. Yay. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing this evening? How's your Saturday? Hi, Bree. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Lucy. I'm so excited to see all you guys here. How are you guys? Hi, Myra. Thank you guys so much for joining on a Saturday. Yay. Hi, Crystal. Oh, it's Sunday morning in the Philippines. Well, good morning and happy Sunday. This is so much easier with my laptop here, or else I would not be able to see anything that you guys are writing. So I want to do this a little bit different than I usually do. Oh, in New Zealand. Hi. Hi, Sylvia. I want to do this a little bit different than I usually do, like my lives. Sometimes I like to, the Taurus in me and the ADHD in me likes to have a specific plan. But all day in the days leading up to today, I've just kind of been feeling like it just needs to go with the flow and whatever type of energy we're feeling. I will say that as I led up to this reading, I started taking notes. I was drawn to watch a particular video here on YouTube that I had been kind of watching back and forth for a couple of days, and it was kind of going in line with the energy that I've been going through. And I do know that with my subscribers here on YouTube, I tend to be in the same kind of collective wave as you guys, kind of going through similar energy or have been through similar energy. So I wanted to tap on that, and then I think we'll go into a reading from there. I love that this is a small group because I feel like the smaller the group to start with, the better, because I feel like the energy might be more palpable for me in terms like when I'm doing a general reading. It's almost like the way my gift works is I kind of feel like I'm in this big empty room of just like, one big energy. I can't really explain it, but when it's a smaller group, I can feel little different chords. So I think that'll be really exciting. So I want to talk first about what I've been going through this week, because I feel like in some of the personal readings that I've been doing for people, similar energy has been coming up for me in particular. And if it resonates with you, just let me know in the comments, just so I know that there's, a connection. One of the things that's been coming up for me a lot this past week or 2 weeks was 2 things. One, it was a lot of self-reflection. I don't know if you guys have been having these moments of like when you say or do something or interact with another person, almost immediately I've been hit in the moment that I'm communicating with these people where I'm like, ooh, that's not how I want to respond, or is that how I look? Or it's just been a deeper level of self-reflection. Things that usually would happen in private are now happening like, they don't know it's happening to me, but I feel like I'm out in public and it's happening instantaneously. So that has been something that I've been dealing with. Hi, Helen. And then I also was connecting with parental wounds pretty deeply this week, right around the full moon. I had a lot of childhood memories come up. I had a huge purge about 2 days ago in regards to some issues with my father and my mother that I thought was very, very interesting. So I'm just curious to see if anyone else in the collective, what you guys have been feeling with this energy, if it's been similar in terms of self-reflection. If you guys want to share it in the comments, please feel free. I think that one of the things that I really want to form here with the members is just a community where we can go back and forth and express what we're experiencing, and have that group of people that understand, right? Have our own little tribe that we're forming. So anyways, so that's what I'm going through. I'm going to wait for your comments to come through if anyone's typing. But here are some notes that I took, and then we're going to get into a reading. But I tried to write down the things that I thought were really important that all of us could relate to or that need to hear. And so one of the things that I thought was really interesting in this video that I was just watching on YouTube was I am, thank you, Emily. Yes. Hi, Jasmine. Thanks for sharing, Emily. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, it's definitely been, that's 100% what I've been on this whole week, or at least the last 2 weeks. So one of the things I always talk about, I'm always telling you guys how important it is with our words and our thoughts, right? Like they for real 100% create our reality. Yes. Okay. So, and for me, Sylvia, my parental wounds are abandonment wounds. So, and that's good. So when you say all areas, you're talking about other areas like outside of parental wounds, other things that you've experienced that are rising up. Oh, I understand that, Bree. But see, I love that we're all in a path of self-reflection. We're all in an area of needing to connect with a void within ourselves and to fill it. That's okay. No, absolutely, Jasmine. Ah, in the workplace. Okay. And that's interesting because a lot of times what we forget is the workplace is where we also determine our self-worth and how much we're valued as well, not just within love relationships. Okay, but let's get back to the talking and the thinking before I forget. So I'm always talking about how important it is in the words that we speak out loud and how we communicate with ourselves, because it does create our reality. And so I was watching this video and it was so interesting because the pastor made a point and he was talking about coming out of religion and getting into the kingdom or getting into the spiritual consciousness of the Garden of Eden, which would be 5D or peace and finding that peace. And he said that some things are only created by your voice, not your hands, meaning that there are certain areas in our life right now where we feel stuck and we think it has something to do with what we need to be actively creating in the world or what we need to be putting action towards in the world. And really what Spirit is asking us is it's something that we're supposed to do with our voice and our thoughts. And so he went into a little bit more detail and I thought, wow, this is exactly what I've been seeing in the collective. But he said that it's time to make things critical. And by making things critical, it means that you use your voice to activate the energies that you want to see present in your life, which again is what I'm talking about when I'm telling you guys to tap into your spiritual authority. Anything that is coming your way in this life, you have authority over. Which I don't want to forget now. I got to share that with you. Do I have my Bible around here? Okay, there it is. So he said, use your voice to activate the atmosphere. Anything that you do to get the Most High or to get Source, whatever you call him, anything that you do to get that energy into your life, you have to do it to maintain him in your life. So it's praising at all times. So we're always talking about gratitude. And so this pastor was talking about using your voice to activate the atmosphere by commanding which energy can be in your presence, but then also using gratitude, even in the moments of darkness, to shift the atmosphere and to shift the energy. And one of the things I feel a lot of us forget, because I see it in the comments, is it's okay for us to press the universe. It's okay for us to get up there and say, you said if I obeyed you, if I did this, this is the reward you would give me. That is okay to stand up and use your authority in spirit to make sure that you're being seen and receiving the blessings that are owed to you. And then the other thing was, really reviewing your relationships, because in this next level, whenever we're seeing those cards come out when I'm doing readings and it says review relationships, it's not just about checking and saying, is this person, do they align with the type of life that I want to build? It's really determining, does this person like me, or do they love me enough to spiritually cover me and protect me in a moment of darkness, in a moment of loss? Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like we have to make sure that the people that we're bringing exactly. See, and then what happens is you have to clean up all of that energy. That's a perfect example, Sylvia. So, and I feel like there's been so many of us on this earth who have had experiences where we just felt like God wasn't really there, or God wasn't real, or I don't really need to rely on him. I don't really need to whatever. But what ends up happening is, as you continue on this journey, once you awaken to what it is you need to connect with, you have to still clean up the energy and the mess of when you were speaking out against him. And so that's where some people fall off too when they're awakening and they're moving higher, because then they think they're being punished, when in reality you've changed the foundation of what you're standing on. So you're going to have to clean up a little bit of that energetic mess before you get to this next level. All right. And so going back to people and just really making sure that the people that you have around you are people that know how to spiritually cover and protect you. And that's something that I've been learning too this past few weeks. I've had like so many, what do you want to call them, like speed bumps or little storms this past week out of nowhere. Like everything was going great, and then anything that could go wrong came in and started going wrong in all areas. And I recognized the difference this time in my life based on the friends that I have versus previous years in my life. And the difference is I made it through this time without having a mental breakdown. Like I had people that I could communicate with on a spiritual level with what I'm going through and receive advice or prayer, or somebody stepping in and filling my gap. So it's very important when we're trying to connect with people and when we're ascending, that we're making sure that the people around us have our best interest at heart. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into the energy here and see what comes out, and we'll do our collective reading. I just want to see what I want to start with an oracle card, but I don't know if I want something basic. I kind of feel like doing these two first. All right, let's see what we have here. What's the energy for the collective? What do they need to know? Pain. All right, so the first card out is pain. So there's reflection and pain, which is what we were talking about too, which is very interesting. On the bottom, you have reflection and sadness. So again, a lot of us are in the same collective where it seems to be wounds coming up, things that have hurt us. But it's also about shifting the energy and moving that energy and surrendering from the pain so that you can see it from a higher level. Let me get one more, and then I'm going to try to go in a little bit deeper on what it is. Clarify, please, for the collective. Energy surrounding them, what do they need to be aware of? Ghost. I mean, can't be any more specific. That's a definitive abandonment wound, ghost and pain. All right. Clarify, please, what is this pain and ghost? I feel like there's an energy here of somebody who, before I flip this over, I don't want to forget what I'm being shown, because I have hunger and comfort here. And it's almost like how do I word this? Whoever I'm tapping into, there's an element here of extreme growth, okay? And this growth, the way that Spirit is showing it to me is, I understand that traumas, memories, and wounds are coming up. That's very normal and natural. But where you're getting stuck or frustrated is because what used to comfort you no longer does. What you used to run to for comfort no longer comforts you anymore. Now, number one, that's a fantastic sign of growth. However, when it first happens, when you're first, how do we want to word it? When you're first coming off of an attachment, I guess is what we can call this, right? There is a fleeting moment of fear and not knowing which way to go, and almost like an anxiety attack or a panic attack arises in this point of the healing, because although you recognize that what you used to run to or what used to be your downfall is no longer something that you hunger for, therein comes the fear of, well, what do I cling to next? What do I use to fill this void? Otherwise, it means I'm going to have to fully submerge with this void and learn how to fill it with something unseen, right? This is really what's happening. Hi, Vera, welcome. And so this is what's really happening when you start to get that anxiety, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. It's this phase of healing where one part is truly leaving your energy and it's about to transform, but you get stuck in this little doorway because you're wondering, oh my gosh, what's next? What I need something to hold on to. And then this is where the Most High comes in. This is where what I was talking about in the beginning comes in, where all of your focus and all of your attention needs to go to your creator and needs to go to the divine, because that's when you're going to start to see a real shift. So the card that came out is the book of Job. Persecuted, patience while under trial. So there is, especially with pain and ghosts, there's a time of loss or suffering. It says, please know that the Most High is present, but building your character is going to require some discomfort. Do not be quick to judge others because bad things happen to good people. Patience is a theme in your life right now as your faith is being tested. Justice is not always immediate, but it is always right on time. Pray for those who persecute you and ask God the most difficult questions. Why does he want you to ask the difficult questions? That's reflection, because in this moment of time where you feel like you're losing things, the patience is, or the separation and the isolation is happening specifically for you to go in and ask these difficult questions so that you can have time to also receive the answers. Otherwise, if you have too much going on around you on the outside, you're going to miss the answer. You have Nehemiah on the bottom. You have the numbers 18 and 16. Pray about everything at all times. Do not start anything without praying. Do you make yourself available to help those in need? How do you allow the Most High to use you and work through you? God leads and uses people in different ways. No one's path is the same. So again, the bottom says living for the Most High to see a change. So it's what I was saying in the beginning. There's a transformation where, again, with the gap, the things that you used to be attached to, the things that used to feed your insecurities no longer do. So you're in this limbo period right now of trying to figure out, what is it that I'm hungry for? What is it that I'm longing for? And spirit, your spirit guides, your spirit team is saying it's the divine. Fill yourself with that light. It's okay if you feel isolated right now. It's okay if you feel like you're alone. It's okay if you feel like nobody understands you, because this next level is going to take you to people that are on the same frequency, but they first have to break down the outdated frequencies that are surrounding you and within you at this time. And it's a process. It's a process. All right, let's see. Let's get into tarot and just see if we can get some messages of the worldly energy that is around you that's creating this. What does the collective need to know, please, Spirit? All right, you have the Lovers. So some type of partnership or commitment, high honor. You have the numbers 15 and 25. And Thief. There's somebody, this is a very interesting energy, because I'm feeling an energy of a particular person. I actually feel like the energy is outside. So if you're watching this, I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like this is outside of a circle. So it's somebody who has their eye on you, who holds you in high regard, right? I do see where they hold you in high regard, where they have thoughts of taking this connection to another level or possibly moving things. I don't know if you work with this person. Either you work with this person or it has to do with a promotion, and maybe it's not love. The only thing that is throwing me off is this Thief card. But the energy that I get when I look at it is more of feeling like something was lost, or that somebody like played themselves. Like it was taken from them. Yeah, that's interesting, because robbery is on the bottom here, thief and robbery. So somebody, again, they weren't very smart in whatever they were doing towards you. Let me see here. Can you clarify this Thief card? Promise. Yeah. I mean, whoever this person is, they feel responsible for losing you, or they feel responsible for missing out on something. Guaranteed you're getting some type of promotion. I don't know if this is a job or just in life in general, because of the collective. There's obviously more than one person here, but it's very interesting that thief is here. Whoever this is, I feel like this person may have at one time had an offer for you on the table. Okay? Collaboration, and then pride and bully. So if there was somebody that was, yeah, somebody's going to come in and apologize. There it is. Good news and apology. I do want to say something real quick about work. It's interesting because Spirit is kind of separating. There is a connection here, which I'm about to get into with tarot, but there's something going on here at somebody's work, okay? And I feel like if there was, whoever this is, if there was a situation where there felt like there was a group against you, or I don't even know how to explain this, but this person is going to come in and apologize, or somebody from that group is going to come in and apologize. And there's going to be like this whole aha moment of where everything came from. Like they're going to explain to you where it started from, how it started, because whatever it is, it's creating a lot of chaos for another person right now in their mind. Like a lot of chaos, okay? This person can't sleep. There's a lot of guilt. That's very interesting. All right, so let me see what's coming towards the collective that's tuning in here, please. I want to know more about what's coming towards the collective. Ooh. The Devil and the Emperor. Let me get my computer up so I can read your comments. Is this a work thing for majority of you? Is that what this is? Especially with the Emperor and the Devil. You have Aries and Capricorn energy here. There's an obsessive person in your energy. Okay, Scott. I can see how that fits in here, but with you too. Hungry for human comfort is hard when you, yeah, exactly, Jasmine. So this is just interesting. So again, okay, so if you're having issues with your family, Scott, then that makes sense with the Emperor, because that could definitely be like the head of a family, a patriarch. For the rest of you, I 100% see something happening in terms of like finances or at work. Toxic coworkers, a toxic boss. This is a very controlling energy that I'm tapping into that's around you. Somebody who could have an obsession of being in control. Somebody who is extremely narcissistic and needs to, they can't handle when somebody else calls the shots. But at the same token, with the Thief card here, I almost feel like I'm tapping into an energy of somebody who's going down. Okay. We had the book of Job here for you. So to me, I feel like this is the table flipping. Whoever was persecuting you, whoever was going up against you, it's all flipping. The table is flipping. That karma is coming back around with the Devil here. And yes, it has been a theme in the readings, which is so interesting. Coworkers. Wow. See, you guys, I work from home. I mean, now I work outside the house, but I haven't. So it's like, it's so interesting to me to see this, because it has been years since I've been out in the work environment. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Ooh. So I feel like there may have been some type of offer or discussion here that just, I don't know if it was like a talk or an offer. It did not go well. It looks like there was a lot of arguments, a lot of negative energy with the 5 of Swords. I feel like it could have been a group of people that could not communicate properly for the life of them, okay? A lot of gossip. I don't like that the Devil is here with the Emperor, because it makes me feel like a misuse of power. Okay, it makes me feel like there's somebody that's in charge that should be handling a situation much better, but they're kind of letting it unravel and create a mess anyways. Like just very unprofessional energy, really not in the mood to fix anything, almost like they're a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Again, you have Judgment and the Ace of Swords. So there is going to be some type of conversation that takes place in regards to this situation. I do feel like it's more of a release for you, because you have Judgment here after the 2 of Wands. Let's see what else I can get on this current energy. Woo, Scott. I'm Taurus, Sun, and Moon, and that's hard. So I can't imagine having Taurus for all three. Because I already feel like I'm like extra stubborn. But then my rising is Cancer, so I guess it adds a little bit more of the flow. Okay, yeah, this is community and connections. So this says keep it moving. Spirit says to redirect your energy. Because you want to know why you have to redirect your energy, because this person is focused on you. Don't focus on them. That's how they're going to fall. Yeah. Sword and scales. The truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. Cut to the chase, make amends, buy the book. Yeah, but you don't have to make amends. You can just be like, whatever. This person is still trying to strategize or try to think ahead of some sort of, okay, let me go back. I think this person who comes forward, because what I just saw, when I looked at these two cards, chess and crew, remember how I said someone's going to come forward and apologize or say something? I don't think it's the person who did it. I think it's another person in the group. And this toxic person with the devil and they're still trying to strategize on how they can get over on you. That's dumb. It's so, the longer I do these readings and the more I tap into the type of energy and this toxic stuff, like the angrier I get. Because I just feel like there comes a point where you're like, how dumb can you be? Like, stop setting yourself up. I'm getting tired of reading it. You know what I'm saying? It just gets annoying. It's like, how long does it take for somebody to learn their lesson? Stop being a mean person. All right, let's see. What's coming towards them? Yeah. Well, this person screwed themselves. So, what happens next with this situation is the Five of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. You have goodness. You have release from this. I feel like there's going to be an energy shift and energy change. Hi, Renee. I feel like there's going to be an energy shift and energy change. I do see something ending. The only reason why I like this Five of Cups for you is because of the picture. The Two of Cups is right behind you, and following the Five of Cups is the Ace of Cups. So there is some type of celebration. It does look like an ending first, okay? So you're going to have to determine what type of energy that is. Is it an ending between you and a person, an ending between energy? Okay, it's the brother who's a narcissist, yeah. So it's almost like you take your loss because you realize it, whoever this is for, but it's like you take a loss in something because you realize in separating yourself, you gain so much more. All right. Then you have the Hermit, the Tower, the Five of Wands. Yeah. To the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Victory is yours, but you're going to have to separate and isolate from a certain energy. King of Pentacles, whoever has something going on business-wise here, because if that's coming through strong, or if it has something to do with finances. I don't know if it's business, or somebody here said an inheritance, which also the Ten of Pentacles, that would be an inheritance as well. But there is a promotion, and I feel like this could be for a job, or somebody gets a different position. And the King of Pentacles I like, because the King of Pentacles, he touches things. He's like King Midas. Everything he does turns to gold. It's successful. Okay, it brings in abundance. And so for you to have the Ace of Cups, it's the same, it's double the energy. I guess that goes in a lot then with what we were talking about in the beginning. So the lesson here, why this is happening physically, is because spiritually, and it makes sense because the card underneath Nehemiah is Deuteronomy. And the lesson here is recognizing that sometimes certain situations or certain things that you want to go a certain way, no matter how close you are to a person, no matter who they're supposed to be to you, it doesn't always work out that way. And that you can still have love and peace in your heart while separating yourself from a situation. You can still be a good person, but need to make a better decision and choice for yourself by disconnecting. And the book of Deuteronomy under here actually validates that, what I was seeing and feeling. The very first thing it says is not letting emotions dictate your intuition and faith, remembering who the Most High is. For every action, there is a reaction. Continue to dedicate and rededicate your life to the Most High so that you can receive. Showing up for yourself and the Most High will match the effort. Says will affect your family history with God. So somebody here is healing deep wounds in terms of their connection and relationship with the Most High, or their family roots in terms of spirituality. Like you're the one that's grabbing the reins and deciding to shift and change this energy. And it may also be why you found yourself in a lot of repetitive lessons or cycles. Not because you weren't learning them, but because you're the one that's making the change in your family. And so there's a lot of things showing up in your outer life that, although they may be in different areas, some may be in love, some may be in friends, some may be family, work, they are all similar at the core. Because God isn't going to lead you to be spiteful to somebody, because you have to carry that energy. If you want to be spiteful to somebody, you're not being led by the Holy Spirit. I know that that sounds backwards, but whatever energy you put out, even if somebody, like, let's just go to the extreme and go all the way deep. Say somebody was putting, and I'm telling you this this is my testimony and this is experience. If somebody puts, black magic on you or spell work, and you retaliate and send it back to them, you're not only sending back their energy, you're sending yours too. We have to, it's a universal law, repay every energy we send out. It doesn't matter if it was in retaliation. At some point, that energy that you sent out now has to come back to you. No matter how many times you think you can put some type of shield or protection over you, you are not higher than the Most High. And that's where people kind of get lost sometimes in these, when we're healing and ascending, because we have to go through different levels and different dimensions of experience and spiritual reality before we keep, ascending and growing and expanding our consciousness. But at the height of all of that, it is not to be spiteful or revengeful. It is to understand that even the lost of the lost and the darkest of the dark and the evilest of the evilest, even them are here to learn a spiritual lesson. Even they are on a spiritual path. And so as hard as it is, you have to disconnect yourself from the energy and allow yourself to see them from that high perception and say, Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do. But you know what? That energy is not coming here. Protect them from themselves, protect me from them, and disconnect. That's literally the highest thing that you can do for yourself. You don't want to keep staying in a cycle or a repetitive pattern because you're holding on to resentment and anger and spite, because all that does is affect you. It makes your life heavier because they're not feeling it. And if they are feeling residual energy from you holding on to resentment, 9 times out of 10, they're not consciously aware that it's coming from you, but you're the one that's carrying the pain. You're the one that needs to transform it and release it. And whatever belongs to you is what you're responsible for transmuting. Whatever belongs to them, you have the right to say, none of this energy that doesn't belong to me has a right to be here. You must leave now. And you cut cords with it. And then that's how you get into, and it's not like a one-day thing. It's not a one-day thing. I think we said that in the beginning too. That was in it was in here. Anything you do to get the Most High in your life, you have to do to keep him, right? Praising him at all times, gratitude to shift the atmosphere. And so that's exactly what it is. Anything that you're doing now to get yourself to a higher position consciously, emotionally, and spiritually, to protect yourself or to connect with your creator, you have to continue to do that. And it doesn't mean you're going to be perfect and that you're going to do it every single day. Absolutely. Absolutely, Bree. Absolutely. And it really does. It really does feel like you're hurting others or that you're being selfish. But the key to remember is when you're utilizing the time to connect with your creator and to connect with God, you're not being selfish, right? That we're supposed to be doing that because we don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. And if we wanted to, just like Sylvia was saying before, like, how do you know if you're not taking actions to be spiteful? If we were in control, if we were in charge, we would never have those feelings to be spiteful. We would just immediately automatically be at peace and know what to do, and it would bounce off of us. But because we're spirit here having a human experience, it's because our soul needed to learn the lesson of being able to know how to handle these energies and not let it make us spiteful or resentful or hateful, okay, for that matter. So let me see here. And that's what's interesting too, is about what's coming towards you. And we were talking about this Five of Cups with the Ace of Cups. What's interesting is the Five of Cups and the Ace make the Six of Cups, which can often be read as inner child healing, okay? It can also be read as a soulmate, but it also speaks of healing deep emotional wounds. And so I find that very interesting when we're talking about making a decision and just disconnecting from something that's been clearly creating a burden or something heavy in your energy. All right, so Five of Cups with the Ace of Cups, you have tandem, bicycle, and then you have 50-50. So right now it's saying that things could go either way. And then you have tandem, bicycle, which says cooperation, harmony, help, join, partnership. So at this time, things could go either way. There hasn't been a decision made. I feel like, again, you have a new offer, a new opportunity coming in for some of you. We were talking about that could be a job promotion. But it looks like a period of feeling grounded and centered with the King of Pentacles. And it's interesting because the Ace of Cups is here. So to me, that also indicates that there's this feeling of emotional peace and feeling grounded within and feeling like a center within your mind, within your heart. Yeah, on the bottom you have bodybuilder, disciplined, leverage, self-improvement, mastery, power. All right, let me see what they want you to focus on here. Is this getting hot? No. What does the collective need to be doing? What do they need to be focused on? What do they need to be doing? You have the Strength card, Leo energy, the Fool, and the Hanged Man. Okay, with the Queen of Wands. So you have Leo energy, Pisces energy. Definitely a little bit more time with, I know that we don't want to hear this, but a little bit more time dealing with some abandonment wounds here with the Five of Pentacles and the Moon. I do feel like whatever you're going through, it's connected to a lack state of mind, which makes a lot of sense. And I actually have, I'm going to read to you on how to fix that and how to transform your mind and change your mindset. There's like steps that I have from the school I was going to. So I'm going to read that to you. So that's perfect that that came out. All right, Strength, the Fool, and the Hanged One. Again, we're talking about conditioning you. Where did we see that? Right here, the book of Job. A time of loss or suffering, God is present with you because building character requires discomfort. That's what strength is. Strength is about building character. Strength is about recognizing your own demons or recognizing your own behaviors that you need to control in order for you to take a leap of faith, or in order for you to jump leaps and bounds and come over certain beliefs or energetic blockages that have been keeping you stuck in a certain position and situation. The interesting thing is, collective, you have the Fool, but then immediately after the Fool, you have the Hanged Man. So I'm just trying to, I'm trying to grasp and understand like really where your energy is, because it looks like you take a jump and you take a jump right into a pause. And I just want to make sure that I'm reading that energy right before I speak on it, Spirit. Okay, so it goes back into what I was talking about, where I was saying sometimes, you have to take that separation, or that moment of silence is for you to ask God the difficult questions and receive the answer. So that's what's happening. So for some of you that have your mindset, for some of you that have your mindset on the vision or the belief that when you take this leap of faith, or that when this new beginning presents itself to you, that everything's going to start rolling and going quickly. Actually, what Spirit is showing me is you walking through the door and kind of being in that in-between phase, in that pause phase, It's going to make you feel like nothing is happening and that you've went in the wrong direction, but it's actually spirit saying, no, no, you're right where I need you to be. Because if I didn't have you in this space, if I didn't allow you to close this one cycle and move forward, you wouldn't take the time to communicate, and I wouldn't be able to give you the downloads needed for you to receive the new perception. Because this new perception or this new way of understanding is vital to the new level that you're going on. And I'm connecting to somebody here. It's about creation, or it's about your passion. Again, for some of you, like I said, it has to do with work. I don't know why I strongly feel like it has to do with what you bring to the world, what you're creating, how it's something like that. It's like taking charge and showing up as yourself. And that's going to be different for all of you, because for some of you, it's just going to be taking charge of your life and living it and painting it and creating it the way you want. And for others of you, it could be more specific, like job. Amen. Amen, Scott. Good for you. Amen. Tell me more on this strength, fool, and hanged one, please. On what they need to be focused on. So as there's still some things, okay, there we go. So there's still some things here for somebody in the collective. There are still some things that have not been resolved or have not been addressed or dealt with. Okay, because what came out to clarify as to what this pause is ostrich trap. And it says avoidance, closed-minded, evading, refusing to face reality, trying to steer clear of a situation, or feeling threatened. Can you tell me more, please, on what they need to be doing? So there's something that you have to address, and it doesn't mean you have to address it with other people. It could even just be something within yourself. But you do have friendships. Avoiding somebody. Tell me more, please. Why is the hanged one with ostrich trap and friends? For somebody, it's just not allowing themselves to be alone. That's not for anyone. I feel like I'm connecting with somebody specific right now. Things, whoever, now this is, I do feel like this is for one person. I don't know why, but that's what Spirit is saying. Something isn't going to change until you allow yourself to be alone. Whoever that's for. There's still like refusing to see what something is, refusing to accept somebody for who they are, not really seeing that this group or these people are not for you, and just kind of thinking that things will get better. And I, even on the bottom, I have eclipse and baggage. Okay. And it's like, then you have love and friends and ostrich trap. It's refusing to disconnect from a situation. And we already have people here who are saying that they've already done that. But there's someone here whose spirit is saying, look, please don't avoid this, because the longer it's going to take for things to move forward. Because I do feel like, yeah, this situation or event is right on track and right on time. Handcuffs, optical illusion. Something is not what it seems. You feel trapped. And the only way you're going to set yourself free is by allowing yourself to move forward and disconnect. That's when things will pick up. That's when you won't have a pause anymore. What is the outcome, please? The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. And death. Yeah, and the Knight of Cups. Okay? So somebody here has been praying for the change, and then the moment things start shifting and the moment everything starts changing, they go into panic. They go into panic with the Nine of Swords in the Tower. But not realizing that everything that's falling apart and crumbling is what you prayed for. It is everything moving. But the shift is happening because you're not letting go of something. The shift isn't happening, is what I'm saying, because you're not letting go of something. So that's why they're asking you to focus on what it is you are avoiding. Focus on what it is you're not ready to admit. And that's when everything starts moving, because after you focus on that, the outcome is the Wheel of Fortune, justice, and death. That's the wheel moving you forward, taking you out of a period of darkness or confusion or feeling lost, resetting the scales in your life and allowing you to go through the transformation. This is going to start for some of you, because what is that? Libra, Scorpio, and we have Capricorn here, and that's Pisces. So this is already taking place. What are we in right now? Is it already, are we already in, yeah, it's Sagittarius today, isn't it? Or yesterday. So this process has already begun. That's why the death card is here. So if you were experiencing a lot of weird energy like we were talking about these last 2 weeks, that's what this was. That was the release. That was a lot of emptying out of cords. You might have felt it physically. Some of you felt it here in your heart chakra. Some of you felt it here coming out of the left side. That was a release of energy, a release of cords, a release of any sort of blockages. And that's where you are going to start to feel the scale shift and things be set right. Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, yes, and the Hierophant. That makes perfect sense. So balance coming in. Clarify this, please, for the outcome. For some of you, if there was a work situation going on, or there's a final decision that's coming either between now and Capricorn season. Yeah, flag, achievement, recognition, success, victory. Okay, so all of your plans are coming to fruition. Allow yourself patience, because again, the Wheel of Fortune, even though it's saying that things are moving forward for you, the Wheel of Fortune is slow moving because everything has to be in a certain divine order. So when you feel like things are being paused, Spirit again wants you to remind you, no, you every day something shifts, every day something changes. Again, that's a slow process where you're going to have to be patient, Pauline, and continue to pray over it. But I would first start to pray over what steps does the Most High want you to take? Like, what are the first steps? And then sit and meditate on that to see what energy comes to you, or what thoughts come to you, or what revelations. Again, when we're going into the Wheel of Fortune, and I was talking about being patient, sometimes in our human mind, we expect things to happen so quick, because especially when we are gifted or clairvoyant, we can see it so quick. I'm like, oh yeah, this is how it's going to work out. I see it. So can I just have it now? And it doesn't always work like that, right? It doesn't always work like that, because we see things so far ahead, then we get so frustrated when we're like, okay, well, I don't want to be here anymore, so why is it still here? Because when you're properly trying to move through energy and detach yourself, you have to take the proper steps, because you really don't want to keep dealing with residual energy, right? You want to make sure that it's closed out properly. You want to make sure that you're seeing things from the higher perception, that you're listening to your intuition, that you're understanding what's the best way for me to cut out this energy. Yes. And then that's what you do. And being patient is not easy. It's not easy. You know, I know that not everybody's story is going to be the same, but just to kind of give you an idea, when I separated from this is just to give you an idea of patience, but it doesn't mean it's going to be that long for you. When I separated from my husband, my ex-husband, it took us, we separated in July, it was July 23rd, 2012. And our divorce was finalized December 21st, 2021. Okay, so like there's some patience that was needed, and it was not easy. It was not easy, but yes, step by step, because on each step, on each level, Pauline, he will reveal something new to you. And it doesn't just have to be one thing, right? He's going to reveal new things to you, new understandings, new perceptions, all of that. Yep, meditation, all of that. Amen, Angel. Yes. Yoga is so important. I don't think people really understand how important stretching and all of that is. Yeah, look at that. Sapphire, mental force, spiritual insight. So again, what comes on these journeys is, yes, everything is moving forward. Yes, your patience is being tested. Yes, it feels like it's moving slower than it needs to. But on each step, you are gaining a recognition, and you're gaining more wisdom, more insight as to who you are, what you're here to do. Okay, and how to get to the next level, or what you need to address. Are you gonna have moments where you're frustrated? Yeah. Are you gonna have moments where you feel like you're falling back? Yes. But again, that's why you have these cards up here where Spirit is saying, pray about everything. you want to stay on track, you want to try to shift and really see yourself expand, then the moment that you feel like you're under attack, the moment that you feel like you're in depression, shift your mind to gratitude and gratefulness. So let me read you that. That's the next thing that I wanted to, as we're closing out, what I wanted to read to you guys. So I'm not going to obviously read this whole thing, but I do want to give you guys some little tips in how to shift your mind. So as you guys know, I had been going to the University of Metaphysical Science to get my bachelor's degree in metaphysical science. And so I'm going to read you guys this real quick. So it talks about how your conscious attitude and your thoughts can invoke mystical power. Okay, so mystical power is a universal presence of cosmic intelligence or God or the Most High. The Most High has its presence in the center of our human mind, in the pineal gland, okay? So the power that created you is within you at all times, okay? And it can be reached in numerous ways, and it says the most fundamental of which is through a conscious mental attitude that can call it forth. So positive thought energies. Positive thought energies, when you think, yes, Christ consciousness, exactly. When you think positively on a conscious level of your mind, the mystical power of your God self has an opportunity to express through you. This is because the nature of your God mind is positive. So when you fill your mind with gratitude, when you fill your mind with higher positive thoughts, those higher positive thought energies can enter into you and improve your life. That's why everybody always says it has to happen within before you see it without. Okay. And I love this school because it gives you a real palpable understanding of what's taking place on a scientific level, right? Because sometimes people are like, what do you mean energies flow through me? So negative thought energies. Negative thought energies, when they fill the conscious mind, they recede back into your personal subconscious where they form an inner psychic wall or barrier against the emergence of your higher power. It's a blockage. It's a psychic blockage. When you think negatively, when you get into a space of depression, you are subconsciously putting up a wall and saying, no, God, I do not want to talk to you. I do not want to speak to you. I don't want you here. Okay, so it says, in other words, spiritually based positive thinking comes as a result of conscious realization that absolute positiveness originates in the universal truth of self-reality. Positive thought comes from our attunement to the fact that the mystical God power of our true reality is working daily in every area. So your conscious mind will receive flashes of inspiration or direction as to what to do in your life and when to do it. That is your intuitive guidance from the Most High. I give thanks and gratitude to God even for the bad situations I've gone through. Yes, yes, Sylvia, amen. All the time, all the time. And it's hard to do sometimes, but there are moments too when I've on the ground, bawling my eyes out in pain, and I'll still say, I don't know what you're teaching me right now, but I thank you. And it's one of the hardest things to do, but I do it. Again, it says the same time, negative thought energy, failure patterns that rule the subconscious mind can be replaced with positive higher energy of your God mind. So in a psychic sense, whatever you have in your conscious and subconscious mind is then telepathically broadcast out. And that mystical power is influencing both your conscious and subconscious mind. So when it's positive, positive results come back to you. When it's negative, negative results come back to you. All right. So what else is there? I'm trying to see. Okay, the quickest way to rid ourselves of negativity is to focus the mind on truth. When in the midst of negativity, we can remind our conscious mind of the truth of who and what we really are, and a peace and understanding and wisdom will fill our being. Another way to get back into it is to say what Christ conveyed, which is the Father and I are one. Christ did not mean it just for himself, for he also said, all of you are equal unto me. With this realization of these truths within our conscious mind, negativity built up from our false selfhood quickly passes. So know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. What is the truth? That the Father and you are one, that the Most High, your Creator, and you are one, and we are all equal. That's the most important thing for you to remember. Yes, everything happens for you and not to you. Amen. Oh, I'm so happy that you use it. I love it. I have it right here. I just don't have a label on it. I can't wait to make some more. I really want to make some more and send them. I will probably be doing that. I'll do that. I'll try to make some more in the beginning of the year for you guys. Thank you so much. So these affirmations, there's a bunch of them here that help to get your mind back on track. I'm going to take a screenshot of this when I end this live right now, and I'll post this on the members only community tab. And these are just things that you guys can say every day. I have posted them before on Instagram, but I feel like these could help you because you can print them out, you can write them down, whatever you want, or take a screenshot and say these whenever you get into a dark space. And then the next live, I'm going to go over a couple other things to help you in terms of shifting your mindset and gaining control over your spiritual authority. All right. So I thank you guys so much. Oh, look, it's 555. I'm ending at 555. Ooh, big changes. Oh, you're so welcome, Jasmine. Yeah, I want to keep doing that. There's a lot of really good information in these books that I have, and I feel like this is great stuff for us to all go over and talk about. And then there's also more affirmations, and I'll be doing prayers. If you guys want, I'll put up a post, or if you want to comment on one of the posts in the community tab, like anything that you're going through, and I have a couple prayer books, and I can put specific prayers on your comments. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll put a thing on the community tab for members about what are you going for, what are you going through, and what types of prayers you need, and you can just like write a sentence or whatever, and then I will get a prayer for you guys, like a specific prayer for that, whatever you're going through, and I'll post that under each one of your comments. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy you guys are going to be here. I am going to make sure, even though I started the membership in the middle of the month, and I know I said you guys are going to get 2 lives a month, I'm going to make sure that I do that for November. So we'll probably go again then on the 30th or something. I know it's Thanksgiving, but I'll come back next weekend just to make sure that you guys get your 2 lives this month, as well as your collective that you got on the 15th. All right, you guys. So I will see you next Saturday. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys then. Bye. I'm gonna go make something to eat. I'm so hungry.